Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, so I'm not going to say welcome back. But if you would like to see videos like these and you do enjoy this one, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications. So today we're going to be making glazed donuts. As you can see, these are going to be the best ones that you'll ever make, even better than store-bought ones. So yeah, just enjoy. Alright, so first off we have flour. I added it to my mixing bowl instead of another bowl so that it's more easier to add in later on because we are going to be using a stand mixer. Next up, you can add in nutmeg. I used ground nutmeg, but you can just use a grain of nutmeg. I actually recommend using a grain of nutmeg because it's more fresh and better than just ground nutmeg, but I didn't have an actual one, so I just used ground nutmeg. Then you'd add in granulated sugar. And you just whisk. Next, you just set that aside, and on another bowl, add an egg to milk. Next, just add in melted butter. And yeast, and just mix. Next, add in the wet mixture to the dry mixture. And then after, just mix it on high for 3 minutes if you are using a stand mixer. And here I'm just showing you the texture. This is exactly how you want it to be. You do want it to be sticky, just like that. If it is more sticky than how I have it, then that's still fine. That is how you want it to be. Please do not add in flour. Next, just add in half tablespoon of oil to your work surface and just knead for 10 to 15 minutes. And if your dough starts to stick to your work surface, then of course you can use the help of a bench scraper. Add your dough to a lightly greased bowl. And then just cover your bowl with the damp kitchen towel or plastic wrap and let it sit for about 2 hours. Like so, just flour your work surface, and after the 2 hours, your dough should have rised and doubled its size. Add your dough. Then just use a rolling pin and roll it till it's about 1 inch tall. As you can see, I did cut the dough in half, but that was just because my work surface was way too small, so I just saved the other half for later. Now, if you do have a bigger work surface, I do not recommend cutting it in half. I do recommend just keeping it the way it is and just rolling like so. As you can see, I did use cookie cutters. I used a bigger one and a smaller one, but that was just because I didn't have a donut cutter. If you do have one, I do recommend using it, but if you don't, then that's perfectly fine. You can just do what I did, or just use any other round thing that you have in your household and another smaller one just to make it in the shape of a donut. As soon as you have no more space left for donuts, then just take the rest of the dough off, set it aside, and take the donuts and put them onto a piece of parchment paper. Now, you can either do what I did and take the little donut circle thingies and make them into donut holes, or you can just set them aside with the rest of the dough to make a bigger portion. Now here I'm using the half that I cut out before and the rest of the dough and just re-rolling it to make more donuts. And then just repeat the steps. When you've cut out all your donuts, then you can just add them onto parchment paper and let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. While waiting, we can just move on to our glaze. So add in melted butter to a bowl and add in our milk. Next step, just add in our powdered sugar. Next step, add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now it may look like I'm adding in 2, but I am just adding in 2 half teaspoons. So do not add in 2 teaspoons unless you want it to be very, very, very strong. And then just mix. Do want to make sure that it's very, very well mixed and that there's no lumps and no powdered sugar shown. Moving on, we can start frying our donuts. So as you can see with this first one, it did get very, very brown. So I'm not sure if you would really like it like that, but it would be very, very crispy. Just make sure to take it off when it is, I'll show you an example later on, but when it is less brown and more of a mix between white and brown, you know, like a lighter brown, but not too dark. See, what is shown right now is kind of fun, it just needs to be a little bit lighter. Depending on how big your pan is, you of course can fry more than 1 donut at a time. It does not matter, just as long as you have the space for it. Dip your donuts into your glaze. You can dip your whole entire donut, but I just used one side. And just let them dry. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button, and if you would like to see more like these, click the subscribe button and the notification bell.